Welcome back. The Free State government believes it will overspend its budget by 500 million rand by March 2023. The Finance MEC Khadija Brown tabled the province's budget adjustment last week. The province plans to underspend on capital projects. eNCA's Moloko Moloto joins us now for an update. Moloko, so this is a province that faces quite a number of infrastructure challenges. Now, we're always talking about underspending being a problem in that you're not responding to the needs of the community, but also overspending, on the other hand, also is a bit of a challenge. What exactly is the Free State government saying about the state of finances vis-a-vis the needs around infrastructure?
Well, Tula Sizwe, the services in the province of the Free State are needed. People here definitely need roads. They need water infrastructure services. They also need, because according to this report posted on the website of Statistics South Africa in July this year, this Free State province has seen an increase in the number of households that continue to use bucket system. So the need certainly continues to increase. Yet, on the one side, you have the Free State government admitting, as the MEC for Finance, Khadija Brown, admitted when she was tabling that particular adjustment budget for this financial year. She admits that they are not able to spend, especially when it comes to the funds that are meant to improve infrastructure. On the other side, Tula Sizwe, the province projects that it's going to overspend its budget by over 500 million rand. This is 500 million rand, and that money, don't think it's going to be overspent on projects or public infrastructure projects. It's actually going to be spent largely on salaries of government employees and other forms of compensation. So while on the one hand the government is unable to provide these basic services with the speed necessary, to a point that even some money at the end of the financial year, if unspent, will be returning to the national treasury. On the other hand, they are spending money to compensate employees. Let's listen to the MEC for Finance as she was responding to this.
If I look at the root cause analysis that we've done recently with this team that I'm referring to, it's largely older projects over 7 years. So in terms of a medium-term expenditure framework, a project doesn't happen over a year. It happens over a 3-year term. And given that perspective, we do have quite a few projects in terms of it being under sub judice. Some of them have gone through a litigation process. Either contractors haven't completed on time, or there had been irregularities in terms of the contracts. Or alternatively, we're looking at some of these contractors that have been recently blacklisted across other projects within the country. So those were some of the challenges, and largely for us to go on tender on time to ensure that these projects are then completed within.
So all of this, Moloko, is happening at a time when many municipalities in the Free State are in financial distress, not least of which rocked by instability. The metro, Mangaung itself, rocked by instability and dysfunction to a large extent. Malutia Pofung being another example. What is being said about that, the impact on the municipalities of the state of their finances?
Yeah, so the state of municipalities in the Free State largely is not pleasing. Let's start where we are, in Mangaung, the only metro in the province. This is a municipality that is currently under national administration. It was first placed under the provincial administration. Those efforts really did not yield any positive results until we saw the national government through the COCTA as well as the National Treasury intervening, and they have sent a team of administrators that are running this municipality, Metro of Mangaung, despite the fact that there are councillors, there is the executive mayor and senior government officials who obviously continue to receive salaries. Let's maybe take a look at the state of other municipalities. Municipalities such as Mafube, Masilunyana, Kopanong, they have been battling consistently, Tula Sizwe, to even pay salaries of officials, government, municipal employees, as well as the councillors. So you can tell already that if they cannot pay salaries, how are they going to be delivering the essential services to the people? In the instance of the Mafube, they actually owe creditors and other people an amount of 800 million rand, and their annual budget is below 200 million rand. That tells you already that they are never going to meet their debt obligations. Mangaung itself, according to the data, the municipalities collectively in this province have up to so far not been able to spend 800 million rand meant for infrastructure, or yes, infrastructure. Now, of the 800 million rand Tula Sizwe, 500 million rand of that actually was supposed to be spent by Mangaung. That already tells you that these municipalities, unless the province succeeds in convincing the National Treasury not to take back this 800 million rand, the chances are that the people of this province would have lost that particular money. It is them who are going to suffer. But what is the response of the province in terms of how they are going to assist these municipalities to turn the situation? Of course, while we spoke to the MEC of Finance, the department that is primarily responsible for municipalities, the Department of COGTA, and we will go to them to get more answers. But in the meantime, let's listen to the MEC of Finance responding to this.
It is a challenge across the country. Over 168 municipalities across the country have challenges on financial health. We have specifically we've dealt with Treasury officials sitting with those municipalities, dealing with their budgets and trying to look at some processes in ring fencing the salaries. Traditionally, there was cross-subsidization between conditional grants and equitable share, and that has become a large irregular matter, which we've identified, and we've got teams that are looking at it. And to the point that we'd like to affect municipalities to the same level of governance as the Free State. We've got 4 clean audits in the province this year as Free State provincial government. Treasury, COGTA, fleet management, and the consolidated financials talks about the housing fund. We've got no disclaimers and no adverse, 5 improvements and unqualified audits. So we trust that we would like that over the next 18 to 26 months to do the same in local government.
All right, Moloko, we'll check in with you a bit later on. That's eNCA's Moloko Moloto out in Mangaung. They're tracking the situation around the state of governance, the finances of the province, as well as the state of the various municipalities. It does seem to be quite a dire situation that a lot of the entities, the provincial departments and the municipalities are facing in that province.